when did word of releases start hitting? Was it?
It was Monday, right?
It was all Monday for WWE.
The releases I thought was last week.
I thought it was Sunday.
Was it Sunday or was it Friday? Feb 10.
It was last week.
Friday, February 7th, and then Saturday, February 8th. The full list of WWE releases. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Wait.
Sonya DeVille's contract wasn't renewed.
Right.
Which was sad because I had seen a video of her talking up what the WWE's done and division and everything like that. Like, it was crazy to see that one of her last work duties was that interview right before she got, released, or they didn't decide to renew her contract. They also released Paul Ellering and the Authors of Pain, which is 3 of the 5 parts of Final Testament. So I guess it's just
this is for the second time.
So this is just gonna be Karrion Kross and Homegirl, Scarlett.
Yeah.
I think they just back to them. I think the Final Testament is
final.
It's fine.
It's over.
Blair Davenport and Isla Dawn, who were part of, I guess, Unholy Union was a faction. I don't know if they were still doing shit.
I'm surprised that they're gone.
They Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, they had that tag run, and I mean they did it because they was overseas and they had that show. That was my thought, but
they got rid of both of them.
Nah, just Blair Davenport was the other girl. They Alba Fire is still there. I don't know what their plan is with her. Because when was the last time we saw her?
About a month ago.
In a tag match.
Yeah.
Okay. Cedric Alexander, who we had been seeing fairly regularly on NXT, is probably the one name that I was really sad to see go. We'll get to him in a second because we need to talk about some of these people's futures, and he's an interesting case. Gallows and Anderson were let go again. For like the 55th time. Giovanni Vinci and Elektra Lopez. That rounds out, I believe, the list of WWE releases.
Soon as they put him out of the Imperium, we knew what that was.
It was right. It was on the Raw. It was. I will say, I mean, even with people who had been being used, there weren't really surprises. Like, it wasn't something I was like, God damn, they was just they were really vying for a title next week. That's just suddenly gone. But I believe they all have 90-day non-compete, so there's a number of them that have 90-day non-competes, at least, except for Sonya Deville. Or one of them, I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't quote me on that. One of them does not have a non-compete, but I think the majority of them do.
We can start with this one because I think there's something that folks aren't thinking about. Cause
where is he going?
Yeah, Joey. I guess that's a good question. Where Joey Savage says Cedric, we know where he's going, but
where is he going?
Where is that? I want to know what people think in the chat.
Because if
I also
go ahead, Kyle.
I also don't think. I mean, pro wrestling is never say never, so I don't think it's impossible. But
I'm gonna say this: if you what's the saying? Happy wife, happy life.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
I don't foresee that happening. I mean, some people will step aside and say, you know what, that bag could get us to some places that we need to be, and put all that other shit to the side. But I do recall how Tony Khan spoke to Cedric Alexander's wife.
Thanks.
And I highly doubt that somebody I feel like they're like honorable individuals, and I don't feel like somebody with that kind of honor would go to the direction where somebody was talking like that to that.
Right.
But we don't we also don't know if because conversations can fix a lot of stuff. And I'm talking about with all parties, not just calling homeboy. Like if they call her and was like, "Yo, our
My fault,
bad,
dog. My fault.
XYZ," you know what I mean? Because the nigga that they was riding with, that nigga ain't in good standing over there either. So,
And it's probably and it. If what I mean, again, people in the chat, something about we hurt people. I'm sorry. Like the immediate thought would be getting the band back together just as a syndicate and not as a business. What's the chicken like for that? I'm not saying Cedric would take it, but
again, like
you don't think it's happening at all.
I hold the grudge like a memory, so I'm never gonna. I'm never gonna put myself in that position because I would never, and I mean never. But
all in your life, when your significant other got beef, and it could be anybody beef, and I'm talking anybody, like we don't go to that store because that shorty at the cashier, she talked to me one way, and I ain't dealing with that shit. You may not go to the store with that got the good heroes or whatever, the good cookies or whatever. If your significant other got a beef over there,
Cal, if you got a beef over there, I'm not going over there.
That's what I'm saying.
If you got a beef over there, I'm not going.
But it depends. It depends on.
We known to this day when somebody got out of line with somebody in our family here,
right?
It's on. We stand on that square. So you mean to tell me you was talking fly to my wife? Are you kidding me?
Facts.
It's not. There's no. I'm different from Cuz. I'm different from Cal. Again, I hold that grudge like a memory. Some shit. Conversation ain't gonna fix that handshake. Ain't gonna fix.
Look.
But
wait,
and this is my man.
No money.
It's gonna be. We gonna have to have. It's gonna be a lot of conversing.
Because his daddy football, right? His daddy football. It could end up being a good amount of money for way less work. The grill, what?
Boy, that was the one time where we were politely like, look, we can't put y'all all out.
Asked us to leave.
They like,
they said, yo, y'all ain't gotta leave, but
yo, the nigga was like, hey, y'all wouldn't even trip, but like, dad asked for the beach cruiser back.
They want to know if y'all could leave. Y'all ain't got to. Y'all ain't really gotta leave, but
they want to know
if y'all could. You're like, man, we was leaving anyway.
I got pictures of that day too. I got a couple pictures.
We all got pictures of that.
That was a good day.
On the beach cruiser? Could y'all leave, please? Could y'all leave, please?
You know I wouldn't even trip.
Hey, yo,
they just want to know.
Hey, yo, have you ever been somewhere, Cal, when it is all you can? It's bottomless drinks, and they say, "Yo, y'all drinks have bottomed." We ain't got no more drinks for y'all.
The rest of y'all good. You, and you.
They said, y'all gotta go.
Please leave.
There's a ground, Monty. There's a ground.
Shit be so disrespectful where. Like we was at a spot and it was bottomless mimosas. And as soon as they bought the champagne over, we gave it right back. They're like, yo, y'all niggas gotta leave. Y'all drinking all the brute.
You need to leave. Damn.
Oh the god dang.
You need to leave. So I guess we say all that to say Cedric may or may not be in AEW. Mav says he don't think he's doing it at all.
I don't think so.
I'm definitely more of a never say never person, but I think it's really like your cousin said. If Swole's cool with it,
Yeah.
Plus, what's that check looking like?
Well, yeah, the check is gonna be the check, but I think more than anything, Tony and Cut and Earl gotta have a conversation. And if she feels okay with it, then she can be like, all right. But I think that's what it is.
If not, then I mean, because someone in chat said Impact for said we.
See, all right. This is the thing about Impact. I'm worried about is they let them niggas go. It's almost like when a football team will release a nigga and then re-sign him for less money. Like, is that? I feel like there are too many WWE affiliated places now. Anybody under ID is affiliated, especially if somebody leaves on bad terms. Like, I just saw that Odyssey Jones has a booking coming up, and is like, is he persona non grata there? And if that's the case, can he work at all these other places? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I think the concept of all these places that they're in bed with is cool, but it's also a little dangerous.
Well, I don't know if it turns it into a monopoly, but it at a certain point, if it's WWE, Impact, Reality of Wrestling, shout out Banks, it being part of WWE ID, being part of NIL at a certain point, like there's so many different avenues. Just being somebody on the Impact roster, like Dominic Mysterio the other day in an interview was talking about going down to Impact and beating everybody up down there like he did NXT. They got Cora Jade down there. I think the way WWE is growing. I mean, when they say it's like the Attitude Era. I think it's really it's real. It's real, and I think you're seeing that with the way these. I hate calling them feeder systems, but like they're really building like a tree.
Yeah.
Of WWE. Shouts out WWE Vault. They put up the R-Truth WWE 24 episode from like 5 years ago, and he talked about when he signed with WWE and how he was in developmental, but developmental for them was you're on the indie circuit just going to all these spots that have like whatever affiliation. Like that's kind of it's that now, but it's more structured. It's like WWE's got their thumb on it a lot more now.
It's like it's their children.
It's interesting. I don't know where, but the thing is, outside of Cedric, I imagine like Gallows and Anderson, if they wanted to, they could go to New Japan or go shit anywhere they want to go.
Yeah, what's his name has been filing for a couple of little copyrights. Carl Anderson. It looked like he's trying to move already.
I think he was injured, or he may be like dealing with an injury or something like that.
So he's like, "Nah, we don't need that injury time. Don't worry about it." All right, yo.
Yeah, I think it was something like that because they would normally tack it on, but I think they did say it was odd because he was injured and they let him go.
That's what he said.
That is what he said. That's what he said. He was getting he said it like he was trying to get that over.
Yeah. I mean, we remembered it, so
we remember. Is Sonya DeVille still going to be wrestling? Like, do you all see her on the indie circuit?
Ronda Rousey. I feel like Ronda Rousey derailed Sonya Deville's career.
Because Sonya was supposed to be that one.
Sonya Deville she came in as like a pit fighter, right?
Yeah.
And then they immediately put her face to face with Ronda Rousey. And this is someone who is a legit MMA.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Legit MMA fighter. And she destroys Sonya Deville.
Right.
Early. And
very, very early.
And she hasn't recovered from that. They put her in that role as like the commissioner's assistant or whatever role she was. I thought she killed in that role. I figured they were going to keep her in something similar to that. They didn't. They brought her back to the ring, and she never recovered from that. No, and I think that was foul to put her in that position, but
no, they messed it up. I think they really messed it. They messed up with her, but it's not like it's the first time that they've messed up with somebody.
Hey, Mr. D, Patrick Clark is working in Maryland consistently.
Yeah, that nasty Patrick is
nasty Patrick is out here nastying it up.
He had that T-shirt. Folks didn't see that T-shirt where he said, "What's it?" He said guilty by association, and it was a bunch of pictures. It was literally just wrestlers who had mugshots.
OJ was on it.
If he's saying he was guilty because he was associated with OJ, I genuinely don't know what he's trying to say. Like whatever point that he's making, maybe I am what people are to the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl in that situation, because I don't know what I'm
EA Voss. EA Voss, if you could break down that shirt for us.
Facts.